Olá, bem-vindos a mais episódio da
Welcome
série
to one more
Encontros.
episode
Hoje
of
nós
the
estamos
series
conversando com
Encontros.
a Anna
Today we are
Doiliani.
talking with
A
Anna
Ana é da
Doiliani. Anna is
Grécia,
from
ela mora
Greece.
em
She lives in
Atenas, mas
Athens,
ela já
but she has
viajou e já
been
residiu em
traveling
vários
and
outros
living
lugares
in
do mundo, na
various other
Turquia, no
places
Líbano.
in the
Ela é
world, in
formada em
Turkey, in
filosofia e também em
Lebanon. She's
psicologia. Já teve
graduated in
oportunidade de nos
philosophy
visitar
and also
algumas vezes no
psychology. He had
Brasil.
the opportunity to
Welcome, Anna,
visit
to the
us in
channel.
Brazil for
Thank you very much
many
for the
times.
opportunity.
And in Brazil, at least nowadays, meditation is a very dear topic for many people. People are attracted by the idea of meditation, and not just they recognize the benefits, but they also feel it's something essential to be able to kind of strengthen your inner being and be able to face the difficult situations that people are facing nowadays. The point is that for many people, meditation is still a very hard technique. Maybe because they don't have the practice, maybe because they have different ideas about what is really to practice meditation. So you have been practicing meditation for more than 30 years now, 35 years now. So it's a kind of a lifetime, no? How do you practice it? Do you have any tool, or do you have any knowledge and enlightenment to bring to the people who are watching us, so that they can also apply it and make it a possible experience?
I think, like with any other word, meditation is one of them that has been misused in a way, overused, and so misunderstood. And before we see the practicalities, the benefits, the method, first of all, let's decode the word meditation. At least I would like to share my experience with under the chapter of meditation. That has been basically all my life, because meditation is not something that you do, or it's not a technique that you adopt for some time in the day or at some point in your life, but it is the perspective you have in your life. So how do you see yourself? How do you see others? How do you see this world around us? So to meditate basically means to remove the confusion that we all have to one degree or the other within what we call intellect. And I don't want to introduce another word now that has also been misused and overused, and everyone has associated it with their own experiences. But a very simple, basic understanding about intellect that we're using a lot in what we call meditation is understanding. So understanding and discriminating, and also deciding. And these are things that we are doing constantly, every moment, every second in our lives. So when we say that we meditate, we could also say, and I would prefer actually this, that we are very clear of how we understand every moment ourselves. We have the right experience about who we are, because we all have certain beliefs about ourselves, or that have been adopted because of others, because of situations, because of the limitations of our background. So, am I clear every moment about who I really am? Can I feel really, naturally, my true self? And this is another chapter. And then, can I discriminate every second what is the best to do for a higher purpose? So I have to be also very clear about what is the meaning of life, because how can I understand how I can discriminate, and how can I decide about what is right or wrong unless I know what is really the meaning of life? Because everyone can use their intellect, meaning these three faculties, according to what is their aim. So if my aim is to paint a room, so my understanding about what is right and wrong is going to be in connection with this, or the willpower will be for this. So first of all, we need to bring clarity. And clarity means it's not that you create a belief about yourself, but you see clearly who you are, and then we don't even need to talk about tools and techniques, because when we realize who we are, when we experience who we are, then we're in constant meditation. If you want to use still the word meditation, we are in constant meditation. You constantly act from the place of your inner truth and of your highest potential. And I know that these words can sound a little bit philosophical and a little bit theoretical, but they're not.
You know, hearing you speaking about it, the words that come to my mind are enlightenment or maybe awakening, because I think that meditation is also a way to kind of having this inner awakening. How would you define this experience of being awake?
Exactly as the word says. So when someone sleeps, his reality has disappeared from his awareness. He is the dreamer, and if he has a nice dream or a nightmare, he experiences both as his reality. He's part of his dream. He thinks that he is probably one of the heroes in the dream. And so his reality has shut down. And so the moment he wakes up, there are different ways to wake up. It might be because someone else wakes you up, but it might be because there's a nightmare within the dream, and that's why you wake up. So in both cases, when someone wakes up, they don't need to make any effort to see the full picture, to see clearly that they're the ones that they were dreaming, and they see clearly that they're not the one in the dream, but they are the dreamer that now is awake. And because your reality has always been there and will always be, whether you are sleeping or when you are awake. When you are awake, it's not anymore shut down. You wake up and you find yourself in your bed, in your bedroom, your mommy and daddy are around. So waking up is like this. When we remember who we are, then it's like a new world is opening up for us.
Basically, what you suggest then is that during the day, or people don't need to specifically sit to practice meditation, but the idea that you suggest is that during the day people remember or kind of be more aware of themselves, or what is your suggestion in terms of a daily practice?
I think first there has to be some understanding of what has happened to us, and because our case can be seen as extreme, so we need some kind of extreme medicine, not extreme but some kind of medicine. In the same way, when someone is sick, you need to do some extra things until they come back to what is normal. So until we come back to what is normal, yes, we need some practices that I would also call them more focused attention, to be more aware of the value of creating the right place, the right conditions, so that one can really feel themselves in that awake stage. And if we repeat it for some time, then this is natural. But to start with, we need some help with these extra supports of creating special time. And also another thing that can help is to be with like-minded people. So I can do it on my own, but I can also create opportunities with others who want to experience the true self and come out from that confusion that has been rooted within us, collectively as humanity.
Just to give the people who are watching us a little taste of what you are speaking about, would you like to guide us in a little meditation?
Meditation or clarity. So whatever each one of us is, we make sure we sit comfortably so that there are no distractions from the body. And if you feel more comfortably with closing the eyes, it's okay, but one suggestion also could be to keep the eyes open gently so that whatever experience we emerge from within, we can use it in our everyday activities when eyes have to be wide open. And it is truly a matter of a second to wake up. All we do is just realizing that we have the freedom, the free will to direct our attention wherever we want. Ordinarily, our attention is trapped in this physical world of the senses, but we now consciously choose to gently focus our attention in this invisible world, invisible life. There is a constant invisible world. All this time that history of humanity has been going on, our attention is on the physical aspects, the bodies, the stories, the nature, the objects. But behind all of this, there are beings that think, that feel. In each body there is someone who thinks, who feels, who remembers, who decides. And all of these are invisible. All these faculties have been happening within a presence. Of course, the question now can be, a presence? What does this mean? So yes, we acknowledge that there are thoughts and feelings and remembering and forgetting and analyzing, and all of these are subtle, invisible faculties. But we also acknowledge, as we sit quietly all together, that there is someone within us that is aware of all of this. Someone who can say, yes, I forgot this, I remembered this. Yes, there is a thought now, or a feeling. We now give the attention to this presence that we visualize like a being, but without a physical body. Imagine as if someone perfect comes wherever you are right now in your room, but this someone doesn't have a body, doesn't have a name. He comes from another world, and this being is perfect, has a perfect heart, perfect feelings, and he is silent. This being does not interfere by judging, analyzing. with whatever scene he witnesses. He's silent, totally free from what he sees. But within this freedom and within the silence, experiences sweetest feelings, such contentment, subtle joy, perfect peace. Benevolent love. What a sweet personality. And we realize that as our attention is on this being, we start absorbing these feelings, this personality. And as we come in action, we start interacting. We can play with this kind of hobby where whatever we are doing, at the same time we are aware of this silent presence that is like an angel, perfect. His presence influences every scene in the drama of life. But we also realize that it's our choice to put the word I to either this being or to what we thought that we were, that is this role. So this role, this body continues and plays the role, but we have the choice to always see the perspective of this being and use the role from the perspective of this silent perfection. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. I think that we were able to, in few minutes, just have a real sense of this silence. It's a kind of silence that naturally emerges from inside. Então, muito obrigada a todos vocês.
Thank you to all of you that watched this video. You can use this meditation to repeat this practice in other moments during your day. And don't forget to subscribe in our channel and also share with other people that you feel could have this interest. We have this section in English in the channel as well. Thank you.